Buffalo scored 4 in a row in the first period alone, including short game. Upper St. Clair came back, scored 3 more in a row in the second period, and then most of the third was scoreless until Buffalo got an empty netter in the last 2 seconds. So that was just back and forth, spree after spree. So this one's half as good as that one was. And actually, most of the middle part of AAA is all condensed anyway. So if Bethel wins, they jump right up there. They're right there in the middle, back with everyone else. Yeah, so they were in 8th place, but they're not in a far 8th place. On the other hand of things, Seneca and Canon-Mac can both play tomorrow. So Seneca win over Peters. So Seneca win over Peters, and a Canon-Mac win over, I think, Bethel Park. Or Mount Lebanon.
I'm not even trying. That's crazy.
What, how bunched up the line is? Even NA isn't like
They're gonna finish
too
first.
far out.
They're gonna finish first. There's blood in the water. You can see how they get here.
Yeah. So they're in first, but they're not so far out in front you can barely see them even. So even with that, it's interesting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to senior night for the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders varsity hockey team. Tonight we will recognize 8 seniors. Our first senior, number 3, defenseman Paul Zamuda. Paul is escorted by his parents Paul and Michelle Zamuda. Paul has been playing hockey for 14 years. His best hockey memory is the time in Johnstown playing for the Tomahawks this past summer. Paul plans on owning his own body shop after graduation. Paul would like to thank his mom and dad for driving him all over the country to play hockey, as well as the organization and all the coaches he has had. Coach Block's comments. Paul is one of the most talented defensemen in the PIHL and to ever play at Baldwin. He is the epitome of an all-around defenseman. He can shut down the other team's best forwards. He always plays a physical game. Paul can also score at will when the time calls for it. He steps up wherever our team may be lacking. If we need better defensive play, then Paul will step up. If our team needs more scoring, Paul will provide an offensive spark, as he did a year ago when he led our team in scoring as a defenseman. He's a vital piece in all of Baldwin's successes over the past few years. Paul, congratulations on your career at Baldwin Hockey. Number 3, defenseman Paul Zamuda. Our next senior is number 17, forward James Julia. James is escorted by his parents, James and Gloria Julia. Jimmy's siblings, Abby, Jacob, and Joey have supported his hockey career for 9 years. His best hockey memory is as a freshman on the Baldwin JV hockey team. Jimmy plans on attending college after graduation. Jimmy would like to thank all of his coaches, his teammates, and most importantly, his parents for dumping all the money they did to let him play the sport he loves. Coach Block's comments. Jimmy is probably the most improved player on our team from since he began getting ice time on the varsity team. This can all be attributed to his work ethic. He did not get better by being lucky. Jimmy has put in the time and repetitions to improve on his game. His desire to succeed as a hockey player is evident each practice and game. He has always paid close attention to the detail, and he typically is the first to answer questions posed to the rest of the team. More than anything, he wants the team to succeed first and foremost. He's always been a great team player. Jimmy, congratulations on your career with Baldwin Hockey. Number 17, forward, James Golia. Our next senior is number 21, right winger, Vinny Episcopo. Vinny is escorted by his parents and Matt Episcopo. Vinny's sister Octavia has been cheering him on for 13 years. His best hockey memory is making the playoffs his junior season. After graduation, Vinny plans on going into real estate or having a career in the trades. Vinny would like to thank his teammates for always having his back, his coaches for pushing him to be better, and his parents for the countless hours of dedication they have sacrificed to allow him to play the game he loves. Coach Block's comments. Vinny has been a great leader for Baldwin Hockey and has made an immediate impact upon his arrival to the varsity team. He has the respect of his teammates and was voted as an assistant captain this season. Vinny has led by example and is constantly trying to improve his hockey skills. He is on the ice in key situations and has played on one of our top offensive lines the past 2 seasons. Vinny has been a key figure on the power play and penalty killing units. This is attributed to Vinny's growth as a player and his attention to detail. Vinny, congratulations on your career with Baldwin Hockey. Number 21, right winger, Vinny Episcopo. Our next senior, number 26, center, Zach Pender. Zach was escorted by his parents, Mark and Patty Pender. Zach's siblings, Megan, Sarah, and Maddie, as well as his niece and nephew, have been supporting his hockey career for 8 years. His best hockey memory is beating Upper St. Clair on senior night last year. Zach is currently awaiting an appointment to attend the United States Naval Academy after graduation. Otherwise, he will attend Penn State University for mechanical engineering. Zach would like to thank his parents for doing everything for him, from running around, trying to get him to practices and games to support him throughout his career. Without you guys, it would not be possible. Also, thanks to his coaches for bettering me as a player and a person. And lastly, to his brothers, thank you for being a part of my hockey experience. I would never ask for a better group of guys to make it possible. Coach Block's comments. Zach has been a great captain and represented Baldwin Hockey with the utmost class. On and off the ice, he's probably the most mature and responsible player that I've ever coached. No matter what I ask of Zach, he always responds correctly. I never have to remind him of something a second time. He always has been willing to do whatever the coaching staff has asked him to do. Anyone in our locker room will confirm that Zach is willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for the betterment of our team. This can easily be seen in the way he sacrifices his body to block shots. I've never seen a better shot blocker than Zach in high school hockey. He's been a tremendous captain this season. Zach, congratulations on your career with Baldwin Hockey. Number 26, center, Zach Bender. Our next senior is number 33, forward, Steve Primrose. Steve is escorted by his grandma and Elena. His parents are Stephen Primrose and Jennifer Rodriguez. Steve has been playing hockey for 8 years. His best hockey memory is beating Upper St. Clair in JV playoffs during his junior year. Steve plans on entering the Carpenters Union after graduation. Steve would like to thank his parents for driving him to hockey all these years. Coach Walsh's comments. Steve is one of those players every team needs. He comes to the rink, works hard, and enjoys being with the rest of the players. He gets along with everyone in the room and easy to coach because there's no ego. He just wants to play and help the team any way he can. He's a glue player, one who is an important piece of the puzzle on the roster that gets along with everyone and can keep things light, but knows when it's time to get serious. His speed and tenacity are unmatched, and it's rare not to see him go full speed in games and practices. Steve, congratulations on your career at Baldwin Hockey. Number 33, forward Steve Primrose. Our next senior is number 35, goalie Tanner Sindrich, escorted by his parents, Sandra and Gary Sindrich. Tanner's brother Alex has watched Tanner protect the net for 13 years. His best hockey memory is 5 straight shutouts and under 20 goals his freshman year. Tanner plans to attend college to study business management and marketing after graduation. Tanner would like to thank Coach Glock, Coach Rob, Coach Allen, and Coach Matt for always pushing him to work harder every time he is on the ice. Also thanks to his family for driving him to play hockey, believing in him, and paying for everything. Coach Glock's comments. Tanner is one of the vocal leaders on our team in the locker room. He carries himself like a captain, and the players listen when he speaks. Tanner adds great insight and commentary based on the team's performance. His advice to the team is always intelligent and full of value. In the past 2 seasons, Tanner has asked to step up in tough situations and answered the call every single time. He has played his best in big games and comes up with a big save whenever our team needs it. As our goalie, he is the backbone of the team and always has a positive attitude on and off the ice. Tanner, congratulations on your career at Baldwin Hockey. Number 35, goalie Tanner Sindrich. Our next senior, number 52, left wing, Noah Fisher. Noah was escorted by his parents, Dave and Kathy Fisher. Noah's sister Cassie has watched him play hockey for 9 years. His best hockey memory is beating Upper St. Clair last year on senior night, which clinched the playoff spot. After graduation, Noah will be attending Penn State University for aerospace engineering. Noah would like to thank his mom and dad for always supporting him throughout his life. Without them, he would not be the man he is today. He would also like to thank Coach Glock, his teammates, and the entire Baldwin Hockey organization for making these years at Baldwin memorable. Coach Glock's comments. Noah has been one of our he has been on one of the top offensive lines over the past 2 years. He is one of the quickest players on the team and is fearless in the corners. Noah is led by example and is viewed as a leader among his teammates. He plays in the big moments and seems to have a knack for being on the ice when our team scores a big goal in a key situation. Noah is a phenomenal player at both ends of the ice and a key figure on the power play and penalty-killing units. He's one of the hardest working players on the team. This will suit him when he leaves Baldwin. Noah, congratulations on your career at Baldwin Hockey. Number 52, left wing, Noah Fisher. And our final senior of the night, number 89, center Justin Pollard. Justin is escorted by his parents, Jay and Jen Pollard. Justin's siblings, Caitlin and Jeremy, have been cheering on his hockey career for 15 years. His best hockey memory is playing in the playoffs during his junior year. Justin plans on attending college after graduation. Justin would like to thank his mother, father, and grandmother for doing so much for him to be able to play hockey. His brother and sister are always going to his games to support him, and Coach Glock and Coach Rob for taking time out of their lives to coach him and his brothers. Coach Glock's comments. Justin has made a huge contribution to the team this year by his willingness to change positions and play center. His versatility has made the team more balanced and allowed our team to play 4 offensive lines on a regular basis. His motor never stops, and he is one of the best players on the team in the corners. It is extremely difficult to strip the puck off of Justin, and this makes him a scoring threat every shift. He is one of the top scorers on the team and a huge reason for the team's success this year. Justin, congratulations on your career in Baldwin Hockey. Number 89, center Justin Pollard. And there you have our seniors. Again, congrats, gentlemen, and good luck in the future.
right, ladies and gentlemen, the seniors for the class of 2020 from the Baldwin Highlanders have been introduced, have been honored. Congratulations to all those young men and what's going to go on in the future with them and anything that they want to do. I am Brian Mitchell. This will be Berg Hockey Live. We will be live for Armstrong and Baldwin here at Ice Castle. We'll have an ice cut, and we will be back with our pregame here at Ice Castle Arena. PIHL Hockey on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Berg Hockey Live. Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to Ice Castle Arena here in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania. It is Berg Hockey Live. It's a PIHL AA matchup here at the Ice Castle as the Baldwin Highlanders welcome the Armstrong Riverhawks down to the South Hills. I am Brian Mitchell. This is our continuing coverage of high school hockey in Western Pennsylvania. And just to give everybody a little backstory on the two teams that are out there right now, we're going to start with the visitors, the Armstrong Riverhawks, currently sitting in second place in the Northwest Division in the Northeast Division in AA, 5-7-0-1 on the year that shootout loss. That's good for 11 points. Now here's the important thing with the Riverhawks. That 5-7-0-1 mark leaves them with a game in hand on the Plum Mustangs, and that they're only 2 points behind Plum. So this game is very important for Armstrong as the Riverhawks can pull within a tie for first place in that division with Plum. Pay attention to that. A couple players to pay attention to on their team. Lance Quinnell leads the team in goals and points. 15 goals, 7 assists, 22 points for the forward. Right behind him is Maddox Rearick. 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points for him. Their lion's share in the net has been Gavin Grafton. 13 games played, 613 minutes in net, 5-6-1. That's a .433 goals against average. And just a shade over 900 on the save percentage. Good season for Grafton, so you're going to look at that. And that's a big, important detail because we're going to be flipping over to the opposite side. And the home team, which is the Baldwin Highlanders. Baldwin right now, the toast of the town, the only team without a marker against them in the PIHL Class 2A. 12-0 on the season are the Highlanders right now, 24 points. The toast of the Southwest is 4 points up on West Allegheny and Montour for that first spot. And, of course, they also have 2 games in hand on both of them so far. I want to look into that, a couple players to watch in this contest for Baldwin right now. It's been controlled chaos for the Baldwin Highlanders. They've had plenty of scoring coming here. I believe that is 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 players in double digits in points. So that goaltending stat I gave you, something coming up that's very important right now. Leading the way with 19 points is Dylan Belak, 11 goals, 8 assists. Right behind him with 18 points is Keith Reed, 9-9 for 18 on the year. And Justin Pollard, 7-10 with 17 points. In net, the lion's share has gone to Tanner Cindric, just honored as a senior this year for the Baldwin Highlanders. He's 8-0 on the season, a .208 goals against average with a .923 save percentage in that share. However, Eddie Nowicki has played in his 4 games this year and has a record of 4-0 also, with just a shade under 1 of a goals against average. That's a 9 goals against average, a .943 save percentage. So it's going to be important for Baldwin as they move along to try to clinch a home game in the first round of the PIHL playoffs and the rights of the home team in the remainder of the PIHL AA playoffs. You remember that's going to be important for those last changes and everything as you move along in the postseason. When we get there, we are on our stretch run and we are on our pace to reach the Penguins Cup playoffs here in the PIHL. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. We will be back to have the opening face-off in just a few minutes. Take care, guys. We have the anthem, we have officials, we have nets, we have players, we have hockey, folks. Berg Hockey Live. Baldwin and Armstrong coming up here momentarily. Referees are Nunez and Steen this evening.
James Julia, Noah Fisher, Vinny Episcopo, Steve Penrose, and Tanner Sindrich. Playing as seniors tonight for Armstrong, Jacob Townsend, number 78, number 76, Spencer Wood, number 11, Skylar Grafton, and number 12, R.T. Bowser. Good luck to both teams.
The Highlanders honoring the Armstrong Riverhawks seniors here at Ice Castle. Classy move by most of the teams out there. Nunez will line up at center, and we will have a face-off here momentarily. Quinnell was about to step in, runs back to the bench. He is Belak with him. Face-off won by Baldwin, and we're underway here at Ice Castle. Shot in by the Highlanders down behind the net. Oliver shot on, backing around. And by Belak on the half wall. And Armstrong will go the other way. About along the half wall, Fisher throws it down. Be chased down by both teams, and we'll have an ice on the play. Gonna get some names with those jersey numbers here momentarily. Face-off coming up. Quinnell will step in once again with Belak. Closing around. Bowman. Yakchak. Thrown on net. It's out. Sitting in the crease. Shoots. Scores! Goal by Jamison Yakimak. And it is 1-0 Armstrong. 16-13 remaining in the first here. Armstrong takes a 1-0 lead early. Puck was just laying around in the crease. Yakimak came up and threw it home. Face off at center. Won by Baldwin. Just dumps it into the blue line. Collected and thrown up off the glass. Big hit along the boards. And Quinnell. Belak behind the net. Takes it, throws it around, looks for the point. We picked up. Opportunity there, but here comes Baldwin the other way. Trimbour throws it high off the inside of the post and bounces out. Belak chases down Arnos. Arnos throws it behind Trimbour. Trimbour battle off. That's Wagaman with him. Backing around for Arnos. Shot on. Tip in front of was blocked by Grafton. Arnos will chase it out to the center. Cleared up. Check. Bounces it along. It'll go back to Belak. Up for Dulia. Dulia behind the net. Has it around. Grab on Arnos. Throws it up and over. Back down. Cleared up. Lickeneck. Get it out, and it's going to come back to Baldwin across. Antonio battles behind the net, cleared around, and we'll have a penalty coming up. And it'll be on Lacanic. And the Highlanders will go on a power play. Ilya back to Aranos. Belak. Back to the point. Aranos. Brought on by Belak. That shot on off the post and around. Reed throws it over for Aranos. Good block by Armstrong, and he'll turn the other way. Just dump it deep behind Cindric. Aranos to Reed. Carries it in. Shot on behind the net. Go up to the point and cleared out of the zone. Avoids everybody, and Cindric will come out to collect it. For Reed. Into the zone. Reed will carry it behind the net. Out to the point to Antonio. I'm sorry, Aranos, who scores! What a goal for Aranos. Robbie Aranos scores and ties it up here. 13:36 remaining in the first. 1-1 is your score, power play goal. Pollard wins the face-off back into the zone. Zmuda just dumps it along, goes past Townsend. Wood will collect it. The captain, it's rubbed off, and it's going to go the other way, or the Riverhawks. Townsend, still good onside. Go in. Quinnell will chase it into the corner. A little bit of pressure. Throws it out. Rarick with him. Ends up going to the slot. Can't get it. Pollard around Wood. Round and around, Phillips. Can't get to it. It's going to come the other way. Quinnell. Passes over. Play to Pollard. Pollard brings it in. Waits. Throws shot that goes wide. Back and behind for Rarick. Rarick gets it over to Oliver. Noah Oliver. Battle along the boards, and it's being picked up and held on to. Now for Zmuda. Zmuda will take it, throw it down the ice, and clear it all the way down. Trevor Belak behind the net. And around, is going to make the pass over to Nelson Buys. Buys muscled out in front of us right here. Goes back to Belak, who bounces it down. And Spencer Wood will chase it down. And we'll have an icing call. Puck will come all the way back down. 12:06 remaining, first period. Face-off coming up to the right of Cindric's net. One over to Buys. Buys dumps it around. Wood battles with Episcopo. And it goes over to Reed. Reed across for Buys. Buys will dump it down. Fisher chases it down with Townsend. No icing on the play. They'll battle along the boards. Back and around for Wood. Wood gets it up over the Walkman. Reed will collect it, however. Going the other way will be Townsend. Passes it over. And big hit in front of us, but it goes out. Buys. Quinnell bounces off a couple players. Is able to get the puck in the corner. Back behind the net. Kept in. Check tries to get it on net. Kept in by Oliver. No, Oliver just dump it behind the net for Washable. Oh, I'm sorry, Wogman. Episcopo. And out goes and dumped deep for a face-off. Another icing call on the play. (1-1). 11:10 remaining here in the first period. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey live here at Ice Castle Arena. Baldwin hosting Armstrong in a pivotal AA matchup for both teams. Armstrong can move much further away from the Montour and West Allegheny mess, and Baldwin can. Armstrong can move within a tie of Plum for first place. Pucks are on net by Belak. Borman couldn't get to it. It's going to go the other way. And the other way. Puck done by Lekanik. And across, Paul Samuda will carry it out. Samuda across the blue line and in. Shot on, bounces up and run off the line. Big save by Oliver to keep it from going in. Aranos well collected. Battled in the corner, Bennett. Has something to say about that. Oliver takes it, throws it around, and it's going to go up to Borman. Just throws it on nice. And Grafton will collect it and hold on to it. Face off coming up to the right of the Armstrong net. Face off won by Armstrong. And coming the other way is Yakmak. Thrown on through Townsend. Cindric had a hard time with it, bounces off. Townsend sent, Yakmak ended up on top of the net and knocks it off for a face-off. Face-off coming up to the left of Cindric net. They're going to double check it. Doesn't look like it's on. They're having a hard time with it. Sitting on the moorings. They'll double check it, and we're good. No, we weren't good. They're double checking it again. All right, we're good now. We'll have the face-off. Face-off won by Armstrong back. Battled along, kept in nicely, but a high stick on the play, and they're going to take it all the way back down. Batted down with a high stick, and they'll take it all the way back down into the zone for a face-off to the right of the Riverhawks net. Face-off won once again by Armstrong, but kept in by Baldwin. Nice play by Belak. Trevor Belak just throws it into the near corner. Chasing it down was Pender. Couldn't keep it in. Up. Antonio's able to save him a little bit. Antonio behind the net, throws it in front. Pender couldn't get to it. Thrown on. Pender with an opportunity there off the stick of Dulya. Buys, throws it across the slot, and Antonio can't get to it. Dulya will grab it on the half wall, throws it on net. Big shot, better save by Grafton. Armstrong will just dump it down. Goes into the skates of Buys, and Antonio will turn it the other way. Dumps it down deep behind the net. Townsend gives it to Wood. Wood just throws it up along the wall. The captain can't get to it. Baldwin will battle it. Pollard will just dump it into the far corner. Bartagwine will throw it up along, up to the near blue line where Pitchy will come and get it. Peachy throws it deep. Pollard will block Townsend's clearing attempt, but Wood will collect it, get it up to Maddox Rearick. Rearick will throw it up along and out. Paul Zamuda. Zamuda turns it around, burns around one, burns around two. He's going to continue to come across center, across the blue line. Beats out another check, throws it on center, nobody home. Opportunity there, scores! Justin Pollard. I believe that was Justin Pollard. I apologize, I don't have an 89 on my score sheet. I do believe that was Pollard, though. And it is 2-1 in favor of the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders. Yeah, 89 does not show up on my score sheet, but I did see Pollard on the back. Cleared down and held on to, and it'll be a face-off coming up all the way back in the Baldwin zone. Mechanic loses the face-off this time. Fisher can't get to it. Grafton into the zone, backed on. Fisher over to attempt to get the read, couldn't get to him. Back in the corner. Battle along. Battle behind. Episcopo throws it up to the point. Shot on by Aranos. Just wide in the net on the deflection. Check. Throws it around for Wagaman, who gets it on the half wall. It's going to go all the way up to the point. Aranos, nice keep-in. Back out for Aranos. Takes it and dumps it in deep and held on. And around. Kept in. Belak. Dylan Belak. Gets it over to Borman. Finds Belak. Gets back to Borman behind the net. Borman kicks it up, and it's going to be turned over to the Riverhawks. Attempt by Trevor. Belak keeps it. Can't stay. Borman gets it to Aranos. Comes in, fires a shot high and wide. Wood, captain, big hit on Belak. Gonna cross. Quinnell couldn't get to it, and it'll go in behind where Townsend will collect it, send it around for Wood. Gonna go all the way out. Townsend will chase it down behind the net. Aranos is over to Belak. Trevor Belak behind the net. It's going to sit on the net. It's going to go through the crease on a nice little play to try to put it in by Yakmak, and it unfortunately couldn't find another stick in the way. Wood will collect it, keep it in zone. Line changes abound for both teams. Yep. Dylan Belak will carry it in. Throws it across, finds. Big save by Gavin Grafton on Dom Trember from a beautiful shot. Cross crease. Good pass there by Dylan Belak. Try to feed Trember, and Grafton reading it perfectly, going left to right and making that save. Pender will step in here with Rierick. Won by Baldwin. Antonio skates off, shoots it in front. He's going to be picked up by Rierick. Takes it, bounces it off the boards, and clears it out. It's going to go to Zamuda. Has a hard time collecting that, and it's going to be kept in and around. Buys will collect it behind the net. Buys over to Zamuda. Zamuda clears it all the way up. Oliver battles with Antonio in the corner. Pender comes in to help him, and Rierick is also there. Backing around. It's going to be picked up by Mechanic. Takes it in, throws it down. Big hit by Zamuda. That's around. Scores! Braden Landgraf tucks one in, and it's 2-2 here at Ice Castle. Both teams are here to play today. Pollard wins the faceoff back to Aranos. Over to Trevor Belak. Belak passes it back to Aranos. Throws it up the ice. A big hit along the boards by Wood. Kept in. That around Townsend. Throws it around behind Pollard. Pollard battles back. Looking around. Jacobs throws it on net and held on to and kept on. Peachy was in there, but Grafton holds on to it. 4:39 remaining first period. 2-2 is your score. Berg Hockey Live. It is PIHL Hockey on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest YouTube page and on berghockey.com. I am Brian Mitchell. This is a AA matchup between the Baldwin Highlanders and Armstrong Riverhawks. 2-2 is your score here with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first. Behind the net, Baldwin battling. Oliver muscles off Jacobs. Jacobs takes it, passes up to Aranos. Aranos shoots. Tip attempt in front. by Peachy, couldn't go through. Shot on by Pollard, just high and blocked wide. Jacobs, Peachy. Down, picked up by Oliver. No, Oliver's able to get it out, and Townsend will collect it. Throws it down. Quinnell. Lance Quinnell comes in, shoots. Oh, sneaky shot, save made. Puck pounces out to Yakmak. He couldn't close it on, so here comes Pollard the other way. Pollard. Quinnell muscles him around and throws it into the corner. He's going to throw it into the far corner where Wood will collect it behind the net. Wood passes it out, looks for Belak. Belak throws it across for Aranos. And it's going to be battled along. On, kept in by Fisher. Or Townsend will take it and pass it over to Wood. Trying to pass it up. We're going to play Pong in the neutral zone. Belak passes it around, but Landgraf, the goal scorer, comes back, shoots. Glove saved by Cindric, held on to. Face-off coming up to the right of the Baldwin net. Once again, that big log jam in the northeast. Armstrong with the victory today will come within a tie of Plum. They have the one game in hand, however, so that is nice. That will eliminate it. I believe Plum plays at some point this week, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. But we'll see how it plays out tonight. Bennett will collect it, dumps it in. Going to go past Reed's stick, and Zamuda will just take it and dump it back down to Bennett, who throws it for Episcopo. Wagaman battles him along in front of the penalty boxes. Picked up by Reed. Reed throws it across ice, where Fisher will collect it, gets it through the legs of Czech. They're going to battle right in front of us. Down Shipley steps in with Czech. Czech will grab it, throw it, and Quinnell will end up with it and dumps it in to the far corner. Around for Zamuda. Over for Fisher, bounces off. Wagaman throws one on net that just goes wide, past Cindric. Quinnell over and cleared out. Quinnell will chase it into the neutral zone. Lance Quinnell. Bennett, but it's going to be turned over to Fisher. Fisher coming around, separated from the puck. Here comes Zamuda, shot. Saved by Grafton. Glove save. 2:11 remaining, first period here. Dylan Belak steps in with Maddox Ruhr. Taken by Townsend on a face-off win forward, but turned over to Baldwin, who just dumps it behind the net. Townsend will collect it. Jacob Townsend battles off. Maddox Ruhr comes and gives him the hand. Borman has a tough time collecting that one, so it's going to go out to Buys. Buys. Behind, it's going to turn the other way. Buys. For Hunter, Townsend fights him off, but it's going to go to Ruhr. Maddox Ruhr brings it around. Shot. Blocked. Going to go the other way is Belak. Trevor Belak. Nelson Buys just throws it around for Trimbor. Up and across for Quinnell. Lance Quinnell passes it for Jacob Townsend, who just tries to throw it up. Wood, Belak, everybody is conglomerated around the blue line. Nobody knows who's on, who's off. They have to regroup here. Wood behind the net. The captain, Spencer Wood. Over to Townsend for Lacanic, and Quinnell dumps it in on net. Cindric will hold on to it, gives it to Buys. Buys behind the net. Lacanic will collect it on the half wall. Quinnell over to the slot. Blocked by Trevor Belak, and it's going to go all the way down, and icing is the call. Antonio with a late hit there. They're going to call it. Late hit after the whistle, and we'll have ourselves a power play coming up for Armstrong as Antonio hits Quinnell on the chase in, and you'll have yourself a face-off all the way down with 36.7 seconds remaining. Armstrong heading to the power play here at Ice Castle Arena. Tied at 2 here in the first. between these two squads. Once again, tonight, following this one, we will have Thomas Jefferson and we will have South Park in that big matchup. Soft one out and cleared by Baldwin. Armstrong dumps it in deep. Down to the red line. Oliver backing around. Point save made, backing around. Rierick throws it on, saved by Cindric off the top of the mask and holds on to it. Face-off coming up. Once again, we're trying to bring you the feed, but unfortunately with the Wi-Fi the way it is, we can only get so much, and who knows what's going to happen if we're going to be able to maintain a feed here. Face-off one and held on behind, and we'll have the end of the first. Scores 2-2 between the Baldwin Highlanders and the Armstrong Riverhawks. Bring that down. Face-off coming here at center. 2-2 is your score. Armstrong has a $1:24 remaining on a power play here. Second period. 17 minutes in this one. We'll find out who's going to take this game in a couple periods. One back to Oliver. Noah Oliver will carry it in. Goes across down the half wall for Quinnell. Lance Quinnell back to Oliver. Shoots it from a hard angle, blocked. Chased down, Maddox Rierick. Back for Yakmak. Goes around, buys, holds on to him, and no penalty called there. Back out. Up for Quinnell, over to Oliver. Oliver down to the point. Townsend bounces out. Reed tries to get to it. Yakmak behind the net. Goes it up for Quinnell. Quinnell passes it around, saved by Cindric. Face-off coming up to the right of the Baldwin net. .38 seconds remaining on the power play for Armstrong. Won by Baldwin. Zmuda carries it out. Coming around, misses a check by Oliver. Zmuda comes in, scores! Paul Zmuda scores, and it is 3-2. Short-handed goal for the defenseman. What a shot by Zmuda. Just came in, fired it 5-hole on Grafton, missed a couple checks in the process. Dumped in. Mechanical chase it behind with Zmuda. They've got 17 seconds remaining on the power play. Net's off its moorings. They're going to wait and look at it. Battle in front. A lot going on there, but the net was off initially, and they'll have a face-off coming up to the right. .48 remaining in the second period here. Face off one, uncontested, one by Armstrong. Now Townsend. Townsend cleared by Zamuda. Goes back for Grafton. Grafton collects it. Gives it over to Townsend. Gives it to Rearick, who just taps it up, and it's going to go clear. Penalty is expired. Townsend, Wood will collect it in. Spencer Wood just dumps it deep and be picked up by Zamuda. Townsend throws it on net, blocked immediately. Wood backhands it in, and Aranis will take it and just play pong with Wood along the boards. They're going to go another round here. And another round out to Townsend, and it's going to go to Belak. Dylan Belak. Up across, in and around, beats the defenders, gets to it on the backhand. Nobody in front can collect it, and it's going to come back out. And Quinnell will take it in. Behind, mischeck by Aranis. Double team there on Borman, but Belak will come the other way. Dylan Belak throws it across. Opportunity by Trimbour. Trimbour was robbed in the first period by Grafton. Out, shot up, dumped down. Zamuda will chase it. Nice clear around. Zamuda on the backhand, throws it around, bounces behind. Him and Oliver tangle up. Oliver gets hit a little bit high. He's a little bit slow right now to get up. Zamuda battles around, kept in. Pollard. Pollard throws it across, looking for a tip on from Jacobs. Peachy can't get to it. Pollard will collect it in the neutral zone and come back in. Onside, Artha, and takes out Bennett in the process. No penalty on the play, and it's going to go all the way down and held on to by Cindric for a face-off. Big collision in the neutral zone. No penalty called on it. A couple questions coming from the benches. Not excited about that. And we'll have a face-off coming up to the left of the Baldwin net. 13:37 remaining in the second. Eric battles behind. It's going to go to Jacobs, back to Wood. Wood battles with Jacobs. Jacobs is going to win that battle, and it's going to go in where Townsend will get to it. Jacobs knocks Townsend down. No penalty. Rearick's going to take it in his own zone. Passes it up, looks for check. Goes past him, goes all the way down as they chase it down. Icing is the call. Face-off coming up all the way down to the left of Gavin Grafton. Just a reminder, folks, we do have a makeup game scheduled now, as Cannon Mack and Peters will play that ill-fated makeup game on Wednesday. But we have tomorrow's contest to bring you here on Berg Hockey Live first. Get to those here in a moment. Dolia battles along with Quinnell in the half wall. All right, Dolia. Now Antonio shoots just wide of the net. Goes up to Buys. Rising around, it's going to be picked up by Jamison Yakimak, and he throws it deep as Buys will collect it behind the net, but it's going to be picked up by Quinnell first. Back around for Dolia. Dolia throws it up, and Antonio turns it the other way. Joey Antonio just throws it on net, blocked in front, and it's going to go back up to the point. Buys. Like to top of the slot, shoot, save made, bounces around, blocked a lot of players, one puck in front of the net. It's going to come out to the blue and the orange. Quinnell will take it and dump it in the zone, held on to by Cindric. Cindric lets it go out, Buys, pass out, tipped in by Antonio. They're going to call that no icing on the play. Oliver grabs it, throws it back out. Big hit by Fisher right in front of us, but on Townsend. Hunter Townsend is up. Maddox Rearick looks for Townsend behind. He gets his revenge on Reed. Oliver throws it across. Rearick throws it on net, just wide. Cindric saw that at the last second, just wide, however. Oliver throws it on. And around comes Reed. Reed and Rearick. battle along the boards. Check, and it's going to be kept in. Landgraf battles there, but it's going to go the other way. Episcopo shoots. Scores! Vinny Episcopo scores his 4th of the season. He throws a shot on net that bounces off Grafton and into the net. And it's 4-2 Fighting Highlanders. 11:20 remaining, second period here. Face-off coming up at center. Quinnell steps in with Dylan Belak. Face-off one forward by Belak. Up Townsend. Trimber. Belak on the backhand, goes around the net, into the corner. Tripped up by Yakmak, no penalty on the play. Left behind for Townsend. Yakmak and Belak, Shipley will throw it on. Tip, good tip in front by Trimber. And he gets stonewalled again by Grafton. That's twice now he's taken him out. Zamuda. Fine. Wood tries to throw it on net. It's going to go through. Up to the point for Townsend. Townsend shoots, looks for the tip. It's going to be picked up by Dylan Belak. Takes the puck, throws it up, and it's going to go to Wood. Wood, but Borman will collect it and keep it in the zone. Chase down. Spencer Wood battled off by Dylan Belak. Thrown in front by Trimber. Going the other way is Quinnell. Quinnell will dump it into the near corner. Trimber passes it around, finds Zamuda. Zamuda coming across center. He's going to come in all alone. Zamuda puts on the Jets on the backhand. Save by Grafton. 9:59 remaining. Zamuda came in, fired it backhand on the net. Grafton started to slide backwards, was able to stop himself before he crossed the line and the whistle blew. And with 9:59 remaining, it is 4-2 in favor of Baldwin here. In what has been a very good game at this point. Around Jacobs to Pollard. Pollard battles around. Pollard is going to be picked up and going the other way. Nope. Turned around. Jacobs will just throw it back in the zone. Pollard battles around, buys. Cleared down, and icing is a call. Aranos will touch it up, but face-off coming down to the right of Gavin Grafton. 9:37 remaining, second period. Face-off coming up. And one by Baldwin, but Baldwin takes a penalty now. Yakmak will hold it behind the net. Oliver collects it, loses the puck. Has to be careful with it here. Yakmak, Jacobs all over both of them. Oliver just throws it over to Yakmak. Over for Quinnell. Quinnell passes it around for Yakmak. They're just going to let it go. Jacobs is going to touch up, and we'll have a penalty coming up. It's going to be a slashing call on Baldwin. And Jacobs will go to the sin bin for 2 with 9:01 remaining. We were mentioning tomorrow. It will be Berg Hockey Live. Matt Geika and I will be at Princescape Arena, Seneca Valley in Peters Township. Open up the doubleheader and closing with Mount Lebanon and Cannon McMillan. Now that's good to detail because we will not be on the call for the makeup game on Wednesday at Princescape Arena between Cannon McMillan and Peters Township. Referee falls in the corner, distracts everybody in the clearing attempt by Oliver. Don't worry, sir, we got that on film. Buys up around, high stick, no. By rear, cleared out anyway. Back down for Noah Oliver, 8:34 remaining in this one. Back out. Lance Quinnell will carry it out. Up and across for Townsend. Townsend for Yaklak. And we got an injury in the corner. Hunter Townsend takes a hit along the wall, and he is down and in some pain. They're going to check in on him. The trainer will head over, talk about it here for a second. Townsend just got hit along the wall. Oh, wow, I'm seeing a picture of the hit. Whew. He took an open ice hit, a little bit high in the head, hands in the head, so it came down hard on the ice. Thank you for that picture, sir. I guess I can't tell, I don't have any more frames before it, but it looks, by the looks of it, it was just a follow through that went through the top, through his head and down onto the ice, so we'll see how it all folds out here. You can see the DVR on our website, on the YouTube feed. We'll be back momentarily here at Ice Castle. Hunter Townsend's getting help off. He's holding his, looks like his right arm is a little bit loose right now. They're going to check him out on the bench. We'll have a face-off just outside of the zone here. 8:20 remaining, 119 remaining in the power play for Armstrong here. Face off to our left directly in front of us. Quinnell wins it back for Oliver. Oliver just dumps it in. Back out for Townsend. Zamuda battles it across. Up, Oliver chases it down. Back it over to Quinnell. Quinnell for Maddox Rearick. Rearick skates it around. Townsend. Down for Quinnell. Quinnell goes in, looks for Yakmak. Out to Rearick. Rearick over. Oliver. Back to Rearick. Whiffs on the shot. Zamuda comes the other way. Zamuda inside, outside to get around the defender. Gonna come in. Oliver muscles off him. Zamuda comes in. Actually able to collect the puck. He's got all 5 members of the Armstrong offense around him. Kills more of that power play. Then goes to the bench for a break. Brought in. Quinnell throws it across and is going to go back to the Highlanders. Back out. Oliver. And it's a call here. We'll face off at center on the call and back to Buys. Buys with the win by Baldwin, who just dumps it out of the zone. Collected in the corner. Reed battles along, but Piscopo battles, and it's going to be picked up and coming the other way is Armstrong. Check. Comes down, picked up by Buys. Trimber. Landgraf couldn't get to him. Reed with a cross center and dumped in deep. Behind. Wood battles with Reed. Turn around. Behind the net. Shot on, say just wide of the net by Reed. Back out to Buys. Buys knocked down by Reed, but it goes to the Riverhawks, and the Riverhawks take it in, dump it in deep in the zone, chase it down. Aranos. Right. Landgraf battles him. It's going to go up off Yakmak and turn around. Lekanik couldn't get to it. And it goes to Oliver at the point. Oliver throws it across. Trimber high sticked it. They're going to wait for it. Aranos is just going to touch up. Yep, they're just going to say he touched it up, and high stick is a call. 5:52 remaining, second period here. Face off one forward by Baldwin. Trimbork gets it up to Borman. Borman Waits for it, throws it across, back behind. Trimbour couldn't get to it. Collects it behind, gets it to Borman. Throws it up to the point. Aranos. Aranos shoots. Blocked. Blocked by Wogman, and Buys will have to collect it and take it back across the blue line. Good. No challenge there on who gets the puck. Yak-Mac will chase it down. Aranos will take it between the circles and passes it up. Trimbour for Belak. Belak brings it in, throws it across for Trimbour. Across Trimbour. Nice save by Grafton in sequences there, and it's going to go out of the zone, and we'll have a face-off. Coming up to the left of Grafton on a clearing attempt that goes out of play with 5:03 remaining in the second period. Quinnell step in with Pollard. Cleared back. Zamuda passes it up. Peachy couldn't get to it, so Shipley will have to collect it at the point. Shipley shoots, looking for the tip by Jacobs. Peachy back around. Gonna bounce up to the point and collected by Shipley. Shipley down behind. Pollard battles along and taken by Rierick, who gets it out of the zone, but for a short period of time as Baldwin turns it the other way. 4-2, the Highlanders lead. Pollard coming in, nice play around Grafton. Save by Grafton. Now for Zamuda. Zamuda's gonna dump it in deep, and Wood's gonna knock it down. Grafton lets it go to Wood. Gonna bounce off of him. Bounces around and out of play. It hits the photographer in the back of the head. She's all right, folks, with 4:04 remaining. The deflection just so happened to hit her in the back of the head. She was protected. She looks like she's fine. She's gonna get back up for a couple more shots. We've all been there as photographers. It's part of the game. Face off won by Baldwin forward. Thrown on net. Saved by Grafton. Rebound sitting around. Backhand attempted by Dulia. Cleared to the corner. Dulia misses a check. Throws it in front. Nice attempt by Antonio. Wogman gets a stick up high on him. No penalty on the play. Rierick up and around. Dulia shoots. Save made by the glove of Grafton, and we'll have a face off coming up. Going to be to the right of the Riverhawks net. 4-2 is your score, second period here. 3:42 remaining in the second period. Berg Hockey live. Armstrong at Baldwin. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, PIHL coverage. Amateur hockey in Western Pennsylvania. Back out to the point. Belak shoots, looks for the shot wide. Antonio will chase it on the half wall. Pender, hard time with that. Going to go the other way. Quinnell couldn't get the puck on his stick before he skated away. Oliver collects it, dumps it up. It's going to go out to Belak. Belak throws it across, off the skate of Antonio. Back to Quinnell. Quinnell dumps it deep into the zone where Aranos will collect it. Bounces it off of the boards, and it's going to go off the official's foot and back to Aranos, where Dulia will collect it. Dumps it in deep. Where Oliver and Antonio battle along the boards across, and Czech will grab it and turn it the other way. Czech dumps it in deep, and he'll be the only one that chases it through a sea of white and purple. Trevor Belak comes up, finds Dulia. Looking for Fisher. Fisher trips us over the blue line. Yak-Mac comes the other way. Reed will have to collect it in the neutral zone. Sit up. Piscopo throws it on. It's going to bounce off the top of the glass. They're saying it hit the netting, and a face-off coming up deep. Saying it's off a player, so the face-off will be deep inside the Armstrong zone with 2:30 remaining in the second. Face off one forward and on Grafton. Held on to. Face off coming up, same place, same people. One back. Zmuda dumps it in for Fisher. Fisher back to Zmuda at the point. Zmuda top of the circle, shoots just a bit wide. Back around for Piscopo, but it's going to be picked up by Yakmak, and it's going to go to the center. Picked up by Baldwin, and here comes Reed. Wood on the backhand, couldn't get it out to anybody. Cleared down into the zone. Bielak battles, and offside is the call, 1:51 remaining. Apologize about the camera work, folks. You get confused every once in a while, so we get caught up. Face off coming up to my right, directly in front of me. One by Baldwin, back. Buys. We turned over to Quinnell. Quinnell comes the other way. One to beat. Waits for Zmuda. Shoots. Scores! Lance Quinnell fires a rocket that beats Cindric high end to the right, and it's 4-3. What a shot by Quinnell. Wow. 1:44 remaining in the second period. 4-3 is your score. Armstrong sticking in there with Baldwin. Senior night here for Baldwin. Honored the seniors before this one. Mechanic battles along the boards with Bielak. Dylan Bielak can get there. A little bit of help from Grafton. In comes Borman, couldn't get to it. Borman passes it behind for Tim Bohr. Backhand across, held on. Nope, lost track of it. Penalty coming up. Hooking is the call. Hooking's coming up on Armstrong. And with 1:17 remaining in the second period, Baldwin will head to the power play up by 1. Reminder, after this game, new feed, new page, Thomas Jefferson South Park in the battle for that single A Southwest division. Probably one of the bigger games we'll have all year. Duya across and out, and it's going to go out of the zone. Aranos. Bielak, 56 seconds remaining in this one. Duya skates around, throws a backhand on. Grafton will chase it down. Misses the pass. Going to be an opportunity for Baldwin to turn it over back to themselves. Duya around looking for Bielak. Dylan Bielak. Cross for Reed. Reed shoots just wide, and it's going to go to Bielak on the half wall. Backhanded in the corner. Duya up for Bielak. Bielak waits, circle, shoots just high this time. Back down. Aranos grabs it. Reed goes around a couple defenders, can't get it out, but it goes out of the zone. And a penalty coming up on Baldwin for a hook. 19.5 seconds remaining in the second. And Reed goes off. 1:03 remaining in the first penalty. So we'll go 4-on-4 for that amount of time, but we'll go by the mains clock here, so it's 19.5 seconds left before the ice cut. Face off coming up to our left directly in front of us. Rarick steps in with Bielak. Bielak goes the other way. In. 15 seconds ago, just dumps it in behind the net. Oliver. Couldn't get up. Lipschick. Landgraf throws it across. Nobody home. Landgraf will take it. 3, 2, 1. Shot by, and it's going to be no good. 4-3 is your score at the end of 2. We will be back for the third period. All right, let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard here on Berg Hockey Live. We're going to start in Class B today. Wilmington leading McDowell at Hess Ice Rink 5-0 right now. Morgantown leading Elizabeth Forward 3-1 down at Hockeyville Ross Traver Ice Garden. In Single A, we got the big matchup next. However, we have a couple other matchups on right now. North Hills leading Freeport 5-0 at the Island. North Catholic 1-0 over Norwin at Center Ice Arena. South Park and Thomas Jefferson, our second game here at Ice Castle. I will be calling that on our new Berg Hockey page, on our Facebook page also. So go follow along there. In Double A, right now, big game in the Southwest with a win. Sorry, in the Southeast with a win. Greater Latrobe can clinch their division. It is over. It is over. It is all but over. Greater Latrobe is the official champion of the Southeast Division. 6-1 win over Franklin Regional. They'll get a home game in the postseason. They'll host second place in this division, in the Armstrong's division, which means this game becomes more important for the Riverhawks as the Greater Latrobe Wildcats await the second place team in that division. Plum or Armstrong, it looks like it's going to be, and one of those two is going to have to get there for it. Armstrong, of course, trailing Baldwin 4-3 right now at Ice Castle Arena. That's your live game you're watching right now. Mars leading Meadville 4-0 at Barrel Ice Complex right now. And, of course, that game is important for Meadville because they're moving closer and closer to Quaker Valley, which, by the way, Quaker Valley trailing Hempfield at Kirk Nevin Arena 3-1, so that's not going to be any blood for those two teams right now. West Allegheny and Hampton face off at Frozen Pond later. And Plum and Montour, same situation at RMU's Island Sports Center in AAA. 2 games tonight. Cathedral Prep leads Butler 4-1 at Frozen Pond right now. And Upper St. Clair and Bethel Park will face off directly behind me. We're not going to have that feature on for you right now. However, Ed Major will be over there updating you on everything that you can, and I'll keep you as much updated as I can during the contest. So we're going to be back. It is 4-3 in favor of the home team, Baldwin Highlanders, over Armstrong right now. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. We will return with the third period. Armstrong is 2 points behind Plum. Plum does not play tonight. They win, they'll tie Plum. They have also had that game in hand. So
basically, Armstrong and Plum are going to be fighting to avoid a date.
but the loser gets to host
We got players on the ice. We're ready for the third period. Let's talk about how we got here. Armstrong opened up the scoring at 47 seconds in. Jason Yakmak got an even strength goal from Lance Quinnell. Robbie Arenos scored on a power play goal from Keith Reed at 3:24 for the Baldwin Highlanders. Then at 8:36, Baldwin got another goal from Justin Pollard at even strength from Logan Peachy and Paul Zamuda. Braden Landgraf gets a goal for Armstrong to tie things up at 11:50 of the opening period. In the second, Baldwin 2 straight goals. Paul Zamuda at 57 seconds and on a shorthanded goal. And Vinny Episcopo gets an even strength goal at 8:40 to tie things up. Sorry, to bring things to 4-2 in favor of the Highlanders. And Armstrong takes and cuts that lead down to 1 as Lance Quinnell gets an even strength goal at 15-16, but it all doesn't matter where we are, and we're ready for the face-off. 4-on-4 they're going to start for another 43 seconds here in the third period. Face-off won by Dylan Bielak. Back to Paul Zamuda. Zamuda up and across, cleared up to Trimber. Trimber just whiffs on the shot. Good stick check there by Wood, and face-off coming up to the right of Grafton's net. Landgraf will step in with Bielak. Goes back, buys, shoots, blocked, and Townsend is down. Townsend is not feeling very well after that. Bielak will take it in, pass back for Zamuda. Just shoots it on. Buys will collect it on a half wall. Buys. Looks at it, gets it over. Zamuda shoots, tipped attempt by Trimbori, tips it up and high, and it's going to go out of the zone here for the face-off. 10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Armstrong heads to the power play at the expiration of the first one. 1:08 remaining on that, and they'll have 58 seconds remaining of power play time. Townsend steps in. One forward by Baldwin, Fisher. Fisher throws it across, Grafton holds on to it, and we'll have a face-off to the left of the Armstrong net. 4-3 is your score here, 16-18. Thank you for joining us on Berg Hockey Live. Live hockey from Pittsburgh Hockey Digest Facebook. I'm sorry, no, that's on YouTube on berghockey.com. Third back, Rierick behind the net for Oliver. Oliver clears it around, looking for Townsend. Townsend just tries to get it through. Pender will muscle him off for Oliver. Oliver behind the net. Oh, sorry. I thought that was on mute. We do that every once in a while. Zamuda will take it. Yakmak gets it out into the zone. Back for Rierick. Rierick throws it on off the Naskasindrick back around. And out. Oliver throws it behind. Quinnell shoots. Scores! Lance Quinnell fires a shot top right corner, and Sindrick can't stop it with his glove, and it's 4-4 here in the third period. Big goal for Quinnell to tie things up on the power play. Oh, that's second of the game for Quinnell. Rierick will step in with Reed. Face off one forward. Episcopo will take it into the zone. Episcopo shows on. Saved by Grafton. Landgraf takes it up to Reed. Reed back to the corner. Battled off. Aranos backing around. Oliver. Battled off and cleared to Reed. Now Aranos just throws it up, and it's going to go to Fisher, who chases it down with Bennett along the boards. Throws it on by Fisher. Scores! Water bottle accuracy, and it's 5-4 Baldwin. What a goal by Noah Fisher. Just lined it up and put the water bottle miles away from where it should be. 15:02 remaining, 5-4 Baldwin, and it is now a barn burner here. Face off at center, won by Armstrong back. Well, no. Sorry, Wood collects it. Tries to get it out. Can't go the other way. Yakmak gets it across. Acting around. Townsend chases it in. Going to go back to the point. Grafton just goes through him, and here comes Belak the other way. Belak battled off by Yakmak. Up and across looking for Borman. Can't get to him. Wood battles him off along the boards. In comes Tambor. Trembor can't get to it. Backing up, and here comes Quinnell. Quinnell with 2 already. Just tries to get it out. Goes to Trevor Belak. And Trembor, nice little play to get around Grafton, but can't get to him. Uranos will take it. Hits Borman inside the skate. He's hurt a little bit right now, but he's okay. He'll get back up and go. Wood misses Landgraf and goes back out to the point. Aranos gets it to Belak. Belak in, around, tries to get it, just comes off of his stick. Back for Borman. Oliver battles him off. Check. Trembor. Borman with Towns. Landgraf, and we have a penalty coming up. It's going to be no signal on what the penalty is. It's going to be on Oliver, and it's going to be a hook. 13:59 remaining in the third period. We'll have a face-off inside the Armstrong zone here. 5-4 Baldwin leads the game. Pollard steps in with Rarick. Face off one back to Baldwin. Zmuda takes it at the point for Belak. Trevor Belak looks, shoots just high. Goes back to Zmuda on the far wall. Zmuda gets it over to Belak. Belak looking to try it again. Coming across all the way. Shot on, shoot. Save by Grafton on a shot by Dom Trembor. Grafton has been the kryptonite for Trembor today. Several beautiful saves on the forward. Pollard steps in with Quinnell. Back it out, and it goes out of the zone. Wood clears it. Goes down to Cindric. Cindric goes all the way back down for Pollard. Pollard looking to get it in the zone. Off of Piscopo. Townsend comes in, hits him, and that's a penalty coming up on Townsend. He's still down in the Episcopo is still down along the boards. He gets back up. Skates. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders here for 1:30. They're going to talk this over and see what they're going to call here. And they discuss it. They discuss it some more. They turn around. Interference is the call. It was just a really strong body check, is what they're going to call. 1:30 remaining on the first penalty. That's what we'll have for 5-on-3 time for Baldwin here. Up by 5-4, up by 1. 13:29 remaining in the third. Off one by Armstrong. Quinnell will take it, and Quinnell will send it all the way down the ice. Cindric will take it to the right of his net. Backing around. Aranos will take it across and bring it out. Belak can't get to it. It's going to go to Fisher. Fisher with the previous goal to take the lead here. Doya up to Aranos. Aranos, center slot. Looks at it, gets it down across to Reed. Belak shoots, forgets to shoot the puck. Rarick takes it and dumps it to the point. Aranos throws it over for Reed. Reed for Fisher. Behind the net. Up to Aranos. Aranos shoots. It was around, save made. Oh, second opportunity there by Doya. Fisher can't get to it. Belak skates around. Belak down for Doya. For Aranos. Aranos across. Reed shoots. Blocked. Gonna be chased down. Rarick comes the other way. Maddox Rarick. In and around. Goes around a defender. The defender goes down. Steen's having a rough day. Having a hard time getting up. Goes down. Reed coming the other way. Reed in shot and up and in the netting. Face off coming up to the left. 5 seconds remaining in a 5-on-3. 35 seconds remaining in the second penalty here. 12:04 remaining in the game. 5-4 Baldwin leads Armstrong. Face off coming up to the left of the Armstrong net. Pollard steps in with Yakmak. Back to Belak. Up and across. Belak will just collect it. First penalty has expired. Belak across. Fisher shoots it on. Gonna go through Belak. Shoots just high and stays wide of the net. Trimber back for Zamuda. Zamuda to Trimber. Trimber shoots. Save made in the crease. Scores! That puck just trickled slightly past the goal line, and it's 6-4. Baldwin leads. It was ever so slight. Grafton just lost control of it for a second. You didn't need the extra sticks. I'm going to try to see who gets credit for the goal here. Not sure if somebody tapped it in, but it was going in on its own. And it's 6-4. Final change for Armstrong. Oliver just throws it up for Quinnell. Quinnell with 2 already, shoots it high. Townsend shoots, goes off of Cindric, who pushes the net off its moorings. Face-off coming up to the right. Pollard, across. Rierick will win it to Oliver. Oliver. Look out to Oliver. Across. Armstrong's Rierick throws it through, and it's going to go to Pollard, who carries it behind his own net. Quinnell chases it around. Pollard around. Rierick looks to hit him, but Townsend is going to pick it and take it the other way. Jacobs muscles him off. Shipley up and through. Then it's going to go on net and held on to by Grafton, and face-off coming up. 11:02 remaining in the third here. A reminder, we have a second game of the night coming up. It's going to be South Park and Thomas Jefferson here at Ice Castle Arena. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. Baldwin leads Armstrong 6-4 here in the third period. Face-off won by Armstrong, cleared and around. Yakmak tries to go around Belak, does. Lukanic comes the other way. Lukanic has Landgraf. Can't get to him. Landgraf will just dump it behind. Zamuda will collect it. Tries to come out. Landgraf can't get to it. Antonio in the neutral zone. Puck jumps up directly in front of me. Zamuda loses it for a second. It's going to jump in. Yakmak's going to battle. Passes it back. Finds Townsend. Clears it down the ice, and it's going to be an icing call. Sorry, that was Oliver, not Townsend. With 10:29 remaining in the third period. Face-off coming up to the right of Gavin Grafton's net. Once again, we are working through some Wi-Fi limitations here. Hopefully we can maintain our stream through the next one. Rierick gets it out. Belak collects it. It's going to come the other way. Quinnell tries to find Rierick, but can't do so. It's going to be turned the other way. Belak, Trevor Belak. Overshot on by and held on to. Antonio goes into the net hard, and you got a really big battle in front, and a bunch of players are going to take exception to Grafton being accosted. They'll break it up, and face-off will come up to the right, I believe. See what they say. It should be to the left of the net here. There it is, to the left of the Armstrong net. Won by Baldwin. Arana shoots. Tipped by Episcopo on net, held on to by Grafton. 10:08 remaining, third period. Reed steps in, backs it across, out to the point, picked up by Rierick. Maddox Rierick will just dump it behind the net, where Aranos will take it. Gets it over to Belak. Belak for Borman. Belak will just take it and dump it down the ice. Icing is the call once again. 9:45 remaining, third period. 6-4. Baldwin leads Armstrong. Face-off coming up. Won by Baldwin. Back to Belak. Aranos. Battle around. Rear thrown in front. Quinnell shoots just wide, looking for the hat trick. Battled around. Belak. Going to go out for Quinnell's. Going to send it out to Oliver. Oliver can't collect. It's going to be picked up by Reed. Reed comes in, shoots, blocked. Backing around. Reed out to the point. Nobody home. Belak. Trevor Belak gets it. Quinnell's going to come the other way. Quinnell with two already. Finds Rierick on the other way. Rierick comes in, shoots, just loses the puck as he goes down into the corner. Here comes Belak. Trevor Belak through the defender, shoots just high and wide. Reed will get to it first. Passes it over, finds Fisher. Fisher with one of the goals in this contest. Backing around, it's going to find Townsend behind the net. Townsend. The check. Borman. Back to Belak. Trimbor takes it, throws it across and into the zone. Townsend. Up and across, and Buys will take it, dump it into the zone, and we have a penalty coming up. Be interference. I'm sorry, let me make sure of that. I'm sorry, no penalty on it. It was an icing call. Faceoff comes into the Baldwin zone. Fisher will take it. I'm sorry, Trimbor takes it in. Belak looks for Trimbor. It's going to be picked up by Check. It's going to be turned over. Big save on Trimbor once again by Grafton. It has been his kryptonite here today so far. Nothing Trimbor can do on Grafton right now seemed to go through. Back and across for Zamuda. Cross it back out. Behind for Trimbor. Over and Wood will collect it. Spencer Wood, the captain. Trimbor throws it in front. Net comes off, held on to. They tie up. Wood. Townsend hog ties a member of the Highlanders after the play. He's going to head off. With 7:38 remaining in this one. They're going to sort this out. They're going to get Borman and Townsend or something. The natives will cheer and jeer, and we'll go 4-on-4 here. Oh no, we're going to go 5-on-4 here. 5-on-5. Two players stayed out of my scope for a second. Buys will get it over to Zamuda. Zamuda, it goes in and out of the zone, touches it offside, and they'll come outside for the faceoff. Directly to our left. 6-4 is your score. 7:31 remaining here in the third period. Nunez. Ed Major brought me something very funny looking. If you pay attention to him on Twitter, you get the opportunity to see Nunez lost his nameplate in the boards earlier this game, and Ed was just right place, right time, got a shot of it. Ed, of course, out here taking some shots for this game for us. I kind of hijacked his game today. Shot on by Rierick. Goes wide. Townsend will take it up to the point. Shot on, blocked. Up into Dulia. He's a little shaken up on that play, but it's going to go out, and Antonio will dump it out of the zone, and we'll go out of play with 6:49 remaining in this one. They're called face off to center ice. One back to Aranos. Aranos will just dump it in. Peachy can't get to it. Back to the point. Aranos dumps it deep. Backing around. Battle on the boards. Yakchak gets it to up Lacanic. And go in. Yakmak battles along the boards with Jacobs. To Oliver. Oliver shoots. Blocked. Back out. Oliver. Shot on. Blocked again. Peachy throws it in for Pollard. Pollard throws it for Jacobs. Nobody home. Belak, who's behind the net. Chased down by Noah Oliver. Or Yakmak. Belak deflected up in to the rafters, and we'll have a face-off coming up. 6-4 is your score. 5:55 remaining, third period. Face-off coming up down to the right of Grafton. Fisher. Back and forth. Shot on by Reed. Episcopo. For Fisher. For Reed. Rierick chases it out. For Reed. Reed battles along the boards. Clears it around. Back down for Fisher. Fisher. Look for Episcopo. Throws it around. Fisher. Reed. Across and out to Belak, but here we go the other way. Rierick going to get there first. Is Quinnell with him? Unfortunately, neither of them can contain the puck there. Fisher looking for Episcopo, and he's going to come in offside. And a face-off coming up inside the zone. Directly to our left. Sorry, they're going to say our right here. Landgraf steps in with Belak, and it goes across. Yakmak chases it down. Belak and Yakmak. Both wearing 4. Both ending with an ack. Nobody gets that reference. Here we go. Belak the other way. Back down. Challenged on by Landgraf. And it's going to be Grafton behind the net. Trimbour. Pollard will take it. Pollard waits for it. Looks, can't find him. Belak behind the net. Dylan Belak. Passes it up. Looks for Trevor Belak. Can go in the other way is Yakmak. He just throws it in deep and on Cindric. Backing around. Cleared behind for Aranos. Aranos. Just going to take it. Throws it nicely up to Trimbour. Trimbour. Hit knocked down by Wood. Battle behind the net. Shot on by Pollard. Saved by Grafton. 4:10 remaining. 6-4 is your score. Once again, up next, Thomas Jefferson in South Park here at the Ice Castle Arena. I'll be on the call for that one. New page, new feed. You can find it on berghockey.com. We'll do the switch over, and we'll be fine. Antonio behind the net. Around. Pender gets over to Antonio. Back to Pender. They'll battle behind the net. And it's going to go out of the zone to Zamuda. Zamuda just backhands it back in on picked by Spencer Wood. Finds Rierick and bounces it to center. For Antonio, back to Dulia. Dulia brings it in. Throws it on net, high and wide. Townsend battles. And it goes out of the zone. Collected by Zamuda. Zamuda dumps it in. Knocks Wood down, and Antonio will go the other way. Nope, Wood just dumps it in. Picked up by Zamuda. 3 minutes to go in this one. Battled off nicely. Good play by Rierick, by Maddox Rierick to get around, but Shipley muscles him down. Picked up by Reed. Landgraf muscles him off, and it's going to go behind the net for Fisher. Fisher and Wood will battle. Fisher comes out with it. Has Episcopo in the slot. Goes to Reed. Back to Belak. Belak shoots, bounces around. Big save, rebound, save again. Trimber. Belak blocked by Wood and Friend. Big block. Belak shoots, save, and score! Tipped in front with 2:32 remaining, and it's 7-4. What a sequence of events to lead up to that one. Wait and see who we get the goal scorers there. Face-off coming up at center. Noah Fisher and Trimbora were the goal scorers on the previous 2 goals for Baldwin. Here comes Trimbora on the backhand, goes way too high. Bennett behind. Pollard. Is it around? Quinnell comes the other way. Quinnell throws it across. Rierick gonna go up, and Pollard will take it. Carries it across. It's gonna go in and collect it, and gonna bounce off a couple players, stay in the zone. Oliver bounces it out to Quinnell. Across into the zone. Townsend shoots. Save by Cindric. With 1:47 remaining in this one, it's 7-4 Baldwin. Trevor Belak with the goal on the 7th Highlanders goal. That's the initial call on the ice. Empty net and score. Dulia gets the goal. 8-4 is your score. Looking for a little extra offense. Armstrong elects to pull the goaltender with a $1.40 sum, and Baldwin makes him pay, and it is 8-4 Fighting Highlanders. Baldwin on their way to heading to 13-0 on the season. 5 to go here. Moving closer and closer to clinching that #1 seed. In. Baldwin will collect it, 1:30 remaining. Aranos gets it up to Pender. Pender dumps it in. Dulia for Pender. For Antonio. Skates around 1, Oliver, and then back down. 1:15 to go in this one. Antonio throws it across. Dulia, 2. It's going to bounce in the net, and it's a goal. Battled, and I believe that's going to be Dulia once again. And it's 9-4. The route's on. And then here we go. 1:09 to go here. Face-off won by Baldwin. And cleared into the zone. Picked over. Pollard. He's going to go over. Picked up, thrown across the crease. 1 to go in this one. Mechanic. Put up, check, can't get around the Baldwin defense. It's gonna go Pollard. Pollard skates around, nice little move to go inside, outside. Pollard comes around the defense. Crafton can't stop him. Gets it into the far corner, 38 seconds to go in this one. Peachy. Back for Aranos, just clears it. Cindric comes all the way out, clears it up, and it's gonna go back to Mechanic. Throws it on net, saved by Cindric, falling back around, and it's gonna go back on net. Cindric will make the save and held on to. 25 seconds to go. Cindric takes it a little skate around. With 25 seconds to go, we'll have a face-off inside the Baldwin zone. Once again, new feed coming up for the next matchup. 23 seconds to go. Buys, gets it around. Peachy goes out of the zone and picked and cleared back for Shipley. Shipley, 13, skates around. Townsend battles along with a yak back. Takes it, throws it on net. Cindric gonna push it off to Shipley. Jacobs will grab it, 3 to go. 2 to go, 1 to go, and that, my friends, is the game. Baldwin defeats Armstrong 9-4 in this one. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live. We will be back on a new feed for our second game of the night. The Baldwin Fighting Highlanders go to 13-0 on the season. Move closer and closer to clinching the berth for the first seed. Give you the handshake line, then we will reset and go for Thomas Jefferson in South Park. Up next, same place, Berg Hockey Live. We will be back.